Okay. Hi, this is Marimuthu Kanivadi. We are going to live for ESG and sustainability. This is two important topics for environmental management systems. The worldwide, the environmental management systems getting lot of attentions. The major risks are in future are environmental risks. The potential environmental risks worldwide, it will be the environmental risks. So, the new area of developments are nothing but the environmental social governance, that is ESG. So, here environment social governance, a new field of development from the environment side. So it is the worldwide requirements, demands, the environmental system change established a new system called ESG. Then another thing also, the sustainability. The sustainability is, we have only one earth. So it's our time to sustain or maintain the environment as it is for our future generations. It's a time to think about to conserve the nature, conserve the environment, conserve the water resources, conserve the energy resources, conserve the natural all kinds of resources. This, when we are conserving and sustaining, that will only give the future generations a fruitful future. So it's our whole responsibility to give a sustainable environment. It means we have to give the good water. We have a responsibility to give the good water, electricity, food, and whatever natural resources to the future generations. So, being these generations, you have to make a sustainable environment. That environment will bring the worldwide to conserve the environment as it is. So, that's why the sustainability and ESG. So, these two major areas developed because of the environmental pollutions, environmental deterioration, environmental conditions, and the worldwide the environmental depletion. So the depletion of environmental resources, depletion of natural resources, and the continuous mishandling of environmental resources and spoiling the ecosystems, altering the biosystem and the food chain. This all makes the people to think about the environment management system into ESG and sustainability. So all the major corporate and organizations all nowadays thinking about the ESG and sustainability. There are ESG officers, ESG engineers and managers are recruited and appointed in major corporate companies. The same thing. Sustainability officers, engineers, and managers are appointed in a major groups to conserve the environment, to save the environment and natural resources, and mitigate the climate change issues, mitigate all the environmental issues are raised by the global issues. So that's why we have the ESG and the sustainability. So, what is the difference between the ESG and the sustainability? The ESG, as I said before, the environment, social, governance. So it's a born in finance. We can keep finance. So it's born from the finance. Because of the financial conditions, financial issues, the ESG is formed for concern about the finance. What about this one? It's a burst on the purpose. Environmental issues, natural calamity issues, climate change issues, ozone depletion issues, greenhouse gases issues. Worldwide, the natural resources are depleting, and it's a problem of environmental issues worldwide. It's a time to think about to conserve the energy, conserve the water, conserve the electricity, conserve the whatever natural resources. So renewable resources is another matter, but non-renewable biological resources, this non-renewable biological resources is in demand. So we are continuously using oil. Once in a time, we will not get oil. Then how we run, we and our future generations with the vehicles or whatever it may be. And we are continuously using water. In a time where there is no water, then how our future generations survive? We are continuously using the natural herbs, natural forests, deforesting. We are doing deforesting. Continuously using the oxygen and all the gases. So, if we are continuously polluting the environment, then everything gets degraded, spoiled. The environment gets spoiled means environment polluted means then our future generation will suffer and suffer a lot. So for that conditions, we have to make a department sustainability. So that is the purpose for the sustainability department. Here the ESG is totally the finance, the corporate companies, and overall the financial issues makes the ESG to form. Here the focuses on compliance, risks and compliances. So this ESG mainly focuses on its risks. What are the risks involved about the environment, the social and the governance, and also compliances, legal compliances about the environment, legal compliance about the social, legal compliance about the. So these all the things are focuses on the ESG. But what it focuses for the sustainability is focusing on long-term value, creating a long-term value, the sustain the environment. That is the main goal, to sustain the it's creating a long-term value for the environment. We have to save all the natural resources. We have to save the non-renewable energy resources. We have to save our entire earth for our future generations. That is the creating long-term value. That's very important. Then it's risk. It's asked how risky you can. So here, this ESG, it's asked how risky you are, how the company is risk, how the environment is risk, how the social is risk. That kind of things it's asked. Then it's asked how good me and you for the people and the planet. So here the sustainability asks that how the peoples are. They are good, people are good, environment is good, planet is good. So it's for the sake of planet and people. That is for sustainability. but the ESG speaks about the risks. What is the risk for industry? What is the risk for me, for my environment? That talks about the ESG. But sustainability is a generic, but the ESG is for organizational goals. ESG keeps ESG always keeps about the companies, complaints. What all complaints received from the various sources, whether it's environment complaints, whether it's social complaints, whether it's governance complaints from the government side. So it's ESG always deals about the complaints, but when it comes to the sustainability, this is always gives you the relevant and resilience for the environment, how to develop the environment, how to tackle the environment issues, how to focus on climate change, how to focus on carbon footprint, how to mitigate environmental emergencies. These are the things it comes from the sustainability. But this is talks about the complaints. It keeps you pleasant and resilient and relevant to the environment, and relevant to the resilient. So these are the main differences between the sustainability and ESG. So ESG talks about the environment, social, governance. It talks about the complaints and legal issues, and financial issues are major. But sustainability talks about the environmental management system to sustain the environment forever, to save the energies, to mitigate the climate change, to save the environmental conditions. So all the things talks about the sustainability. So sustainability officers' role and ESG officers' role are totally different. This talks about the finance of the company, but it talks about the environmental conditions of the worldwide. That is the major differences. So here you see the ESG side, the environment, the energy consumption, climate change, and water and wastewater consumption. So it's all ESG talks about the environment means energy consumption, water, electricity, and then fuel. It's all talks about the energy consumption and the climate change issues. Like in case of climate change, what is the company has to do? Then, so what company doing in terms of climate changes, and then the water and wastewater management, whether company is properly managing the and disposing the water and wastewater. So that is the ESG side. So what about the social side? The social side, ESG talks about the human rights, human issues, trade union issues, the people's having the conflicts and also the equal status between the individuals. There is no race, language, and the identity. It's not talking about everyone equal, and also the equal salary for everyone, equal wages for everyone, the human rights, handling the human rights properly, and everyone treated equally. That is the social side for the ESG. Then what about the governance side? So governance side, it talks about the boards, how the boards are company board means corporate boards. We can say companies, each and every company having the board members. So how the board members elected, how the board members properly managed, and equal board members without any races, language, or any kind of things not seen in the governance side, and how the company participating the political status of the country. So this all comes under the G, governance. So that's why ESG. So here the ESG environment, social, economic, waste. It all talks about the ESG. Environment, social, economic, waste, everything talks about ESG. But the sustainability talks about the environment, climate change, and then carbon footprint, greenhouse gases, environmental management for future generations, pollutions, how to mitigate the pollution, how to mitigate the environmental emergencies, how we can solve the environmental issues being a sustainability of the company. So, being a responsible company, they have to do the sustainability programs to green building, to plant more trees, and then giving the positive environmental credit to the countries. So that is the main goal for us, sustainability of the company. But the ESG, as I said, it's talk about environment, social, governance. So you must know it. What is ESG? What is sustainability? The sustainability is always for the purpose of environmental and it's a long-term value, not single generation. There are so many generations will come. For that, you have to give a sustainable, good environment for our future generation. For that, you should not waste the environment, you should not pollute the environment by means of air, water, land. So, being a sustainability company, you have to make sure you are not polluting the country or polluting the environment. You are always focused on green building and reducing the waste, organizing the waste, reducing the waste, disposing the waste as per standard, following all the environment rules and regulations, and contributing to the more to the environment. This is you are saving the water, electricity, and fuel, and all kinds of energy you are saving to save for our future generation environmental needs. That is sustainability. Then what about ESG? ESG talks about environment, social, governance. Nowadays, these are integrated. That's why they have given the title of ESG. The environment means that totally you have to care about the environmental water conservation, electricity conservation, fuel conservation, waste minimization, proper disposition of waste water and waste whatever waste you have, and being a responsible person for the environment in front of the stockholders. So this company, why this ESG means they are invested in stocks. So this company listed in the stock exchange. For that purpose, the ESG person has to give the reports in front of the investors. So in that case, the investor always see the ESG reports. In that report, they will see what the company did for the environment, what they did for society, what they did for governance side. So based on that, the stockholders will increase the stock or decrease the stock. So this ESG is more responsible for the stock companies and also medias, and getting the good name and getting more finance to the company and getting more goodwill to the company. It talks of the finance of the company and it's managing the finance. It's mostly ESG talks about the investors. So they are keeping the ESG for investor purpose, and in front of the media and the investor side, it's keeping the ESG. But the sustainability talks about the real purpose of long-term environmental goals to save our earth and the environment for our future generations. That is the difference between the sustainability ESG. So you got this, all the informations. It's knowing about the ESG and sustainability. It's a big development from the environmental side. You must know it. When you know this one, you keep on develop your environmental knowledge. There will be a environmental officer nowadays. Environmental engineers become the ESG officers, ESG engineers, and that's like sustainable officers, sustainable engineers. Every new big organization, they recruiting the sustainability officer and ESG officers. You develop your environmental skills and ESG skills, sustainability skills that will make you a new development in this environmental management system that will give you more career opportunities for fruitful career. So thanks for attending these live sessions. We will see another one live sessions coming days. So if you like all these informations, just subscribe. We require a subscription. That time only we can give more live and more videos, more HSE informations. So subscribe it and encourage us and motivate us for subscribing this channel and like, share this channel. We are always waiting your support. Thank you very much.